So in this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through how to use GameChat and all of its settings and functionality if you don't know how that works. If you enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe for more. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So if you don't know, there's a brand new C button on your controllers. If you push that, it's going to bring you to the GameChat section, or you can go on the home page and click the C icon on the little taskbar here. When you initially do that, it's going to prompt you to set it all up. You're going to have to connect a phone number to your account. It'll have a couple different ways to log in. You can either use a QR code by scanning it with your phone, or you can go ahead and click other ways to sign in where you can just manually enter your email address and password and all that. Either way, you're gonna have to basically add a phone number to your account. Once you've done that, you're gonna be basically set up to go. It's gonna ask you which friends you want to be able to enable GameChat with. And you can basically go in and select them one by one, or you can just have them all on or all off. It'll look something like this. So I was actually able to get back into the menu. I'll show you guys exactly where to go in a minute. So you can approve all your friends, or you can not approve them. So you can just go ahead and select them as you see fit. And that's going to be pretty much that. So when we have that set up, we can then go ahead and start a game chat session, either pushing it on the controller or clicking it there. I'll push it on the controller. It's going to bring it up. It's going to ask you who will be using game chat. I'm going to select my profile. Now there's going to be a chat list, or there's going to be create a chat. Excuse me. So in chat list, you're going to see any joinable chat sessions. So when you get invites, chats will show up here, or you can create your own. Down at settings is where you can go to check out the chat approved friends if you want to change that. So you do need to give friends permission to be able to chat with you. You can mute your microphone when entering a chat session if you just make sure, like off by default, you're not, just saying something, or maybe you're like joining and then, you just fart and you don't want someone to hear you. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever it is, right? So you can do that. You can report people here. You can check out the chat, game chat terms. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create one. I'm going to invite my son here, and we're going to test this out a little bit. So I'm going to click start chat. Now he's going to get an invite. When this kind of happens, you're going to see that my screen is going to go smaller, and it's going to show whoever's in the chat at the bottom here. Now it says that he joined the chat. See the notification at the top left. It would show me that notification one way or the other. Now he did mute his microphone. He's going to also show in a second that he can share his screen. When we're in this menu here, we're going to press the chat icon, and we can start screen sharing. We can turn a mic on or a camera on, or we can leave the game chat. I can also check the settings here. So I right on the screen layout, I can have the standard, which is what you've seen. I can have expanded main screen, which will look like this. So the main screen is a little bit bigger. And then I can also go back to the settings and I could do full screen. If I do full screen, what's going to happen is basically I'm going to see everything that I would have full screen. So now I just see my game. For example, I'm on my game here. And then if I push it again, I can see, I can see his sharing of the screen. It'll display the speaker. If he's talking, it'll show at the bottom left, for example. So that's where you do it like that. Now I'm going to unmute my mic, and when I unmute my mic, you can see my icons bouncing up and down when it shows that I'm talking. Now we'll check out more settings in a second, but if your friend is game sharing, you can actually go ahead and you can click on it and you can expand the game screen. So if I want to see, what is he playing? What is he doing? And I want to actually hear it. Well, now I can see it's very laggy. It's basically how it was meant to be. We see this in the trailers. This is how it looks. But again, you can see it pretty much almost full screen. It's a larger screen. And we see that he just got the mechanic costume for Mario, of course. So it's cool. And it shows that I'm speaking in the bottom right corner because I did unmute my mic. Now, if I go back to the game chat settings here, let's say I go back to the expanded main screen just for the sake of this, or I'll go standard. Then we also have chat audio. So again, mute microphone. When entering a game chat session, automatically adjust game volume. So this is going to lower the game volume automatically, so it's easier to hear people talking in chat. Or you can turn that off and you can adjust the game volume manually as well. You can go to sound settings and whatnot, and down here you can adjust your game sound settings if you want to. So it's not necessarily specific to this. It's just your game settings. So I'm going to go back to the chat again. I'm going to go over to the back down here. So again, we see all the audio settings. We have the camera video. So I can see I'm using my camera here. This is, again, we talked about this in a different video. You can use all kinds of webcams. It doesn't have to be the Nintendo first party camera. It is a little bit of an upper shot here. You can see up my nose maybe. Don't look there. But you can see camera field of view, filter off. I could do no background. So you can see it's kind of cut out. It's not doing a great job at it, but it's pretty decent. You know, especially if I go like this. Well, now you can see my drums kind of coming in and out. Or I could do face only, where it's just like, hi, here's my face. How's it going? And that's kind of how that works. You could also do zoom. I could zoom in more. I could zoom out less. You know, I can really zoom in. I can see like, hey, what's that? What's that guitar back there? You know, it gets a little fuzzy when you do that, but yeah. So you can adjust the zoom of your camera as you see fit right there, which is nice if you don't want that super wide angle. You want it to be a little bit more zoomed in, or if you don't want it too close, you can do that as well. Screen sharing, so you can share a screen while on the home menu or not. So if you do want to let people see your home screen, or if you don't, if you're game sharing but you don't want people to see your home screen for whatever reason, you can turn this off here. And then accessibility, you could have display speech as text, converts game chat audio into on-screen text messages, so I can turn that on here. We'll see it right there. So see it, well, I'll turn it off in a second. Use text to speech. Well, hold on, let's close this. So you can see it's basically turning everything on. So it says, you know, let's close this so you can see it basically turning everything on. So it says, you know, it says basically, again, it's converting everything I say right there. Just, you know, try to keep it clean. I don't know how accurate it is, but you can kind of see it right there. So back to accessibility. Text to speech converts text messages in game chat into voiced audio for users in the chat. So for example, if we go like this, it should be basically, I guess, like speaking out loud the text in the chat for other people or for myself or whatever it said. Anyways, another accessibility option. I'm going to turn these off. Settings for speech and text. You can click that and it's actually going to bring you over here so you can actually see a little bit more detailed settings, I suppose, in the actual settings menu. Going back to the settings again, we went through accessibility and all that. So that's pretty much it for these settings. If I'm here, if I want to turn my camera on while I'm in the chat, I click on the camera icon and it should turn on. Okay, trying this again. It's finally working. I unplugged it, plugged it back in again. I'm using a USB-A Logitech C920 for this, just because it's what I had plugged in for a different video to test out some stuff. But anyways, so you can see my screen now. So now I'm on camera. That's, you know, friends can see that. Again, you can kind of edit it so your background's disappeared, or I can go screen sharing. If I do screen sharing and camera, you can see what it's going to look like right there. So it does kind of a picture in picture. If I turn my camera off, I'm just screen sharing. Again, I'm just kind of doing whatever I'm doing. You can see my gameplay. You can see my friend's gameplay, and that's kind of how that works when we're doing that. So you can see both of our gameplay. Again, if I turn the camera on, and then I just kind of go, then it's like, whoa, all right, here we go. I'm racing. He's racing. We could be playing two different games even. We could play whatever games we you know, so desire to play, right? I mean, so happens we're both playing Mario Kart right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how it works in game chat. Hopefully that helped you out to understand how to kind of go about doing this. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. And again, the last thing you can do is you can just leave the chat. If you leave the chat, it'll say, are you sure you want to leave the chat? You can rejoin as long as other users stay in the session. So I can leave. And then it said I left the chat. And then there's a joinable chat available. So if I go here, it's still kind of here until, of course, my friend, if you will, leaves the chat. So that's pretty much it. That is how game chat works on the Nintendo Switch 2. Again, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Hopefully this was informative and helped you guys out a little bit. And I hope to see you soon in another one. Tell your friends. Game on. See you guys later.